process video. I think it's the second one I've made on this channel, and pretty much the second one I've made, period, because I didn't make any on Nilak records. But yeah, so basically, for those of you that don't know, I didn't really explain it too well on the other one, but basically all I want to do is just go through a beat and show you the process I kind of went through to make it, as well as the instruments and stuff like that. So today I wanted to go through one of my favorite songs on the Outkast, Lullaby. And I made this beat, I think it was actually like beginning of last year. Let's see. I think I got time to check it. Yeah, let me see. March 29th, 2013 at 11:57 p.m. That's it. I didn't realize it was that late when I started it, but I do remember that it started off, first off, let me just give some backdrop to it. It was really a response to a song that I made on the Enemy Inside, which was my first record, like my first album really, called Hold On, and that was in the key of F. So I kind of butchered it a little bit, but it's been a while since I played it. That was Hold On. And so actually I did not know when I started this beat that it was going to be a response to that. But I don't know, F just came to me as it is. And so I just out of nowhere decided to make this beat in the key of F major. So same thing. And if you hear both songs, you can hear it. If you got a good music ear, you can hear the same key. So the first thing I started off with, pretty customary for my kind of beats. In fact, I think this was like the last song that I was able to kind of use the same formula, because I had to mix it up a little bit, use some more different instruments that I hadn't used as much in the past. So it started off as quite simply. Some really like, just emotionally driving strings that I love all my life. It's a shame I can't use it all the time, because it'd just get old if I did that. But it started off as that, and so, you know, basic chord progression, you got, you know, probably the most basic major chord progression there is. And so I needed more support, because by itself, I mean, I'll go ahead and play the bass line, but I mean, it's cool, but it feels empty. So this was what it would have been. So, cool. And I mean, on the actual verse, that's actually how it sounds. So it was cool, but I just felt like it needed more than just the orchestral strings. And so I think the next thing I got was this cool kind of like a some type of bell. And so I can't remember where it all came from. It's been a while. I don't really remember how it. And the thing about beat making, it's kind of, when you're in the zone, it's like you tune everything out, and afterwards you're like, man, I don't know what happened, but somehow it just came and happened as it is. And you'll remember like little things, but you don't remember the full process it took. And so basically, this instrument ended up being the last part, I thought through it because I was like, man, if it's just it's gonna feel too regular. So I was like, rather than going down the scale again, how about take it up? And so that was that. And then more up the scale and down the scale with this instrument that I really like. It really kind of added that R&B vibe. And it started off. That was really cool. I love that instrument. I think the combo with that and the strings and everything worked together pretty good. And those are like the major instruments in the song. But I don't know if many people caught it when they heard it, but there was also an organ in the background. The same thing as the strings, just basic chord progression from F major, C major, D minor. And this would be B flat major. Yeah. I'm trying to remember my theory. I'm taking music theory this year, and so we gotta memorize all the scales. B flat has 2 flats, so B flat obviously, and then E flat, back to B flat again. So that's the last chord. There you go. Alright, let me keep moving. Next was the piano, which was although I think it was an octave higher. Let me check. But that was essentially it, and it had a little that like yes, octave higher. That. And so, I mean, right there, based on all that, and then excluding the bass line, you got essentially this. And like, I mean, the title of the song is perfect for the vibe I tried to establish, because I want that lullaby, like going to sleep, peaceful type vibe, and that's exactly what it is. And so for that reason, it's part of the reason why it's one of my favorites. And yeah, excluding the bass line, it's just music, pure music. All the instruments working together. And sometimes I'll do this, like I'll start with one part of it, that's it. So from there, that would be basically the first part of the song, and then and bass line. Honestly, I can't remember. It's not that tough. It's like it's a pretty simple line actually. It works really well, and it's pretty plain. So cool. I mean, regular, pretty much. It added, I think, to the song. But let me move on. The next instrument I added in, which I didn't add it in until the first chorus, well, the second chorus technically, after the first verse, and that was these. Once again, keeping with that like lullaby vibe and like going to sleep, like just dozing off, that dreamy, subconscious type vibe. This kind of added to it, and then really cool. That was almost like a marine type thing that the higher vocals did, like up here I think. No, too high, right? I love that. So it's like when you got those and then you got this. It's almost like underwater type vibe. So that's cool too. And so that by itself, that choir vibe goes right here, and this is. That was cool. I just thought about something. Oh yeah, I think it covered actually like 4 octaves I think in all. So it was pretty big. Anything else? I think this is probably the last thing I need to mention that I added in, and that is this portion. Which came to me like really around the time that I was finishing it up, because there was this break after the second verse that I didn't know what I wanted to do, and here it is. Oh wait, if I can find it. Trying to remember the lyrics. Let's live with fear. Thankfully. I'm just really thankful I'm out of it. No, that's the first verse. It's a way of fear. Oh, it all to Jesus, because thankfully now I'm seeing. Oh, it all to Jesus, because thankfully now I'm seeing clear. So, and it repeats. I'm trying to save time by not repeating things too much, but there was that basically like a tag or like an interlude of the song, and I didn't know what to do there, because initially it's gonna be like a singing part where it was like, grab a bison, all these troubles we're together, stay forever, going along with this part right here, like a bison, all these troubles together, stay forever. And then like the part here, when we go underneath that, be like the on we go, we're letting go, hold me close, don't let go. And I mean, that part is still on like the beginning of the song at the end of the Outcast, but yeah, the whole grab a bikes thing didn't make it, and so I was like, okay, we're taking that out, but what are we gonna put there instead? And so that's when this part came to me. that is it. I mean, it's really not as complex as it seems. Really, it's basic, pretty basic instrumentation and chord progressions and not a lot of mixing up, which I can't say about the stuff I'm working on now because it's pretty complex. But definitely one of my favorites. I think it's a really worthy follow-up to Hold On, and it surpasses Hold On in so many ways. I can't even begin to like discuss all the different ways it surpassed that song. But yeah, so yeah, No Lie, one of my favorites of all time. And it goes deeper than just the song itself, but like the effect it had on me as a person and just stuff in my life. So yeah, so that's that. I hope I didn't take so long. Feels like I took forever to discuss it all, but yeah, that's Lullaby. So I'm gonna do a couple more of these, time permitting. I might do one tonight, another one tonight to kind of break down the Outcast, but we'll see. Y'all take care.